Anyone who wants to browse through my vast collection of goods now has a chance.
Thank you, Trenchcoat. You're a valuable asset. Anyways, I don't know if how this is gonna work, but welcome to my first video of Anno 2070, where I did every monument. Now, each city I did each quote-unquote city I did differently because, well, this is like Legos. This shit's fun. But yeah, let's take a tour of my stuff and turn the lights off because Tycoon City is always best at night. Now with Tycoon City, everybody's always about corporations and shit, so I figured I want to go for a Deus Ex feel with this one. So, we got the nightlife, and we got the brainwashing tower. It's a really unorganized skyline though, because, well, when I first started this city I was in a panic, so I didn't exactly plan the skyline all that well. So I have all the executives cluttered near the monument, while you kind of radiate out, so the farther you go from the center you have more cheaper people, as you can see here. We can start seeing the workers and employees just kind of gathered around the outskirts of town. I also tried to do some little decor here and there, but you know, tycoons, they generally don't care about that kind of thing, so I was very sparse with this one. The idea with this was to create a stifling city where it's like I said, it's basically Deus Ex Field. That's also the reason why I used the what's it called, the tech roads rather than the Baines Avenue, because it just gives that sterile feeling of a clean corporate area. In this area, as you can see, I have a suburbs, if you could call it that. I gave him a little mall because I like playing with the Tycoon's mall thing, if you could call it that. You can hardly tell it's a mall though. It's just kind of down there. This is, I figured the Tycoons don't really give a fuck about this. What the fuck? Oh, I'm clipping through the monument. No. Kind of give him a little suburb. They don't care about construction, so I put a construction plant near there. Here I was playing with the whiskey fields, trying to figure out the best way to set it up. And I got a little deadification station there, cause you know, people don't like living in squalor, so I figured might as well give them some positive eco balance. Initially, I had a very unorganized whiskey station here, but fuck, I just decided before this recording, I'm gonna fix this shit now. God, the music's so quiet. What else do I got here? I could never get, like, police and I could never get utilities to be properly organized. I got 1,800 executives, 1,700 engineers. I didn't catch the employees, but only 400 workers. That's a little sad. Every brainwashing tower from here to Eco and Tech, I just used the last one because more civilians is the best option you could have. And here's the monument. It's a very corporate monument. Very glowy in aspect. A little impressive. I gotta admit, the Tycoon's got the shit end of the stick when it comes to designs. This looks like a giant fucking stock market. That's all. And my greatest weakness has to be ports, cause ugh, this is fucking ugly. I could never do ports right. I'll either make it too cluttered. As you can see here, I'm showing off that I maxed out every resource because I overproduce like a motherfucker. But yeah, I can never do ports correctly. Bullshit. But yeah, maxed out all resources. I think the hardest part, surprisingly, was hamburgers, because when the moment I started letting them promote again about near the end of this project, it was fucking awful. Now here I realized, for some reason, I have an extra thermodynamic efficiency enhancement, and I don't quite know why. Yeah, I checked my arc, and lo and behold, I have one right there. I have no clue why I have that, especially considering how I didn't even use coal this round. I should have gone for the hydroelectric dam enhancement. Another shitty port of mine. This one just to house the lighthouse. Because I like Tycoons. This game is all about being eco-friendly, but I fucking like the Tycoons. They're so Captain Planet tier villainous, and yet I can make them work. And now we change to day as we show off. Come on. Click on it. Post commentary. The Eco City. Now with the Ecos, I felt that they were more artsy in their aspect. They're not only environmentally friendly, but they like to be aesthetically pleasing. So I went nuts with their decor. As you can see, I'm making money through selling stuff, but who cares about that? Panoramic view, go! Look at that! Ugh, fuck! I love work. There's one thing about Ecos is that it's so easy to make their stuff look good. I mean, look at this. It's like a cathedral. Got the Buddha statues, the garden, the city center acting like a walkway to the monument. You got the side gardens, and the back way even looks great. They certainly do look pleasing to watch, but I can't stand their logistics. And one thing I did with what's it called? Oh yeah, here's my ultra fancy opera house. But who cares? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm showing off the Buddha statue there. And let's see, more housing. The thing I tried to do with Eco, guys, is I tried to make them all... Oh yeah, we got a mall here because, you know, sure we're colleges, but we need to go shopping sometime. So I put a Tycoon mall there, because why the hell not? But with Eco, guys, I tried to, you know, make it to where they were more spread out, more open, give them a place to enjoy nature instead of being stifled by stuff. And I'm showing off the monument again, because fuck, I can't get over how awesome the city center looks when next to the monument. It's like a giant driveway. Except it's not a driveway, it's just gorgeous looking. I didn't record that, did I? Oh well. Ah, man, that looks amazing. What else is there? Kind of zoom out to see everything. Now, I was kind of surprised at how easy it was to work with the wheat fields. So if you're watching this for the first time and you're trying to figure out how to play Anno because, you know, fucking watch Wang, don't do this. This is outright cheating. When you start a game of Anno, you always want to connect your resources to a warehouse via roads. But with the warehouse upgrade, you could cheat like a bastard. So that's what I did with the tea houses mid-game. I just kind of use the warehouse cheat to levitate all my stuff to the work area. And when you do that, it just makes resource logistics so much easier because you don't have to worry about fucking roads ruining everything. Now, for the most part, I just kind of, you know, flounder a bit because I try to figure out what the fuck to do here. There was some other stuff I wanted to show off with Eco before I actually go to tech, so don't panic. Just showing off the monument a bit. And I think about here, yeah. Yeah, this is where I'm showing off the warehouse goods. Because look at that. I'm energy farming like a whore. That's 2 offshore parks and 3 optimized solar parks. And once again, maximize resources, because I can never plan ahead. Roombas were the hardest part just because corn is a pain to stockpile. Well, not corn so much as polymers. Zoom in here. Now, the thing I like to do with hospitals is that I always use the autumn trees with a hospital. I don't know why, but I always felt like whenever you go to a hospital, the trees are always red. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if it appears often in other islands, But yeah. Yeah, we could... No, this is tech. I go back to eco to show off energy farming. That's right, that's 3 solar fucking arrays and a boatload of offshore platforms. That's the beauty of the eco guys. They have the most energy efficient shit out there, and with the new expansion, I could farm the fuck out of energy and just send it wherever the fuck I want. So I just kinda went nuts. Wow, I was so close to 1,000 energy. That's a little disappointing. But yeah, you're gonna need all that energy because Tech Monument. This is the actual time where we show off. Now with the Tech City, I fucked up bad. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I made tech, and it's just sloppily made. I like to think I did it nice, but it's not the most beautiful thing out there. With tech, I figure with them, they don't give a fuck about aesthetics. It's all about function over form. But they do like decor. So I tried to go with like mostly empty spaces. Tried to make the like if you ever played Final Fantasy VIII and got to S-Star, I think that's the city called, where Laguna's the president. I tried to go with that. Tried not to use too many flashy decor. Now when I was making the tech city, I realized that the boulevards are pretty gorgeous if you put them in stacks of 2. They add a neat little flair to your city. You can pretty much see it here when I'm trying to focus on the monument. But yeah, the boulevards look amazing if you just double up on them. So if I ever actually, you know, try to go full autistic and make and just try to make a really gorgeous city, I'm gonna do that, and you should too. Techs were a pain in the ass. I think like multiple times through the game I found myself running out of functional foods and energy drinks. I've had to make several islands. And also, if you have 2 islands, you will overproduce neuro implants and lab equipment. Sell that. I make 30 grand each cycle just by selling 10 of each. It's fucking retarded. I don't know if you could tell through the shitty quality of my video, but I'm only making 2,000 credits a cycle. Ah yes, the trade routes needed to manage this thing. I have a lot of trade routes. This shit gets crazy. I don't even think this is the most you could do. I think I've seen, like, a lot of this video is inspired from Nanoshoot Ninja, which I'm probably gonna use this as a video response. But man, his videos helped a lot. But fuck, with Deep Ocean out there, you need a lot of fucking trade routes. It's insane. Now we go to my industries. The first one is vineyard, where I use to make burgers and wine, because why wouldn't you want to have a little wine with your burgers? But this was a poor choice of an island, mainly because it's so fucking tiny and there's a river. Well, I used the river for concrete and glass, but that was a poor mistake in the end. I had no room to stretch my legs. It was awful. And as you can see, the place was very sloppily handled. I have no idea how to do sugar beets. It just boggles the mind. I can't do them. With the grapes, at least, I figured out a neat little trick, but I had no room to do it in. However, for my burger plants, behold the Burger Maestro. It's so crazy. So much burger coming in. I had to do this endgame because when I hit 1,700, what was it, 1,700 engineers, my burgers were just disappearing on site. It was horrifying. Now this, however, is my masterpiece. This is Paradigm. And it is gorgeous. It is a masterpiece of logistics. It took a lot of work trying to get, you know, oil and yogurt on the same island, because that shit shouldn't happen, but I got it to work. The cornfields are one of my favorites because, fuck, those things just work well. And as you see, I put a solar power plant there, because even when I had energy transmitting there, I kept running into energy problems. It was terrible. By the way, fun fact, 21 oil drills. 21. That means I had 7 oil refineries and 7 plastic plants running 24/7. The beauty about this... Oh yeah. Here, I had no idea what I was doing vegetables until that point, when I hit a breakthrough. And there's my power armor plants, because, you know, gotta have power armor running at 125% efficiency. Fucking biodrinks were surprisingly easy to do, especially with the new expansion pack when you don't have to worry about roads. Because you could just put down cows and then you get easy stuff. Corn, on the other hand, this was my favorite. This is a fucking beauty. It's so perfect. It's just magically rectangular. I love it. I can't get over how great that is. Magnificent. As you can see, I have energy coming in from the underwater arcade base and my eco city. Tried to do a little decor here with the port, but it was awful. I only had 2 suits producing. I think I maxed out though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the tech city had max power armor, so I think it was just the little leftovers from the boat. So many fucking leftovers. I'm pretty sure if I shut down half the factories, I could save on taxes. Now, this is my everything factory. I produce coffee, I produce immunity drugs, I produce luxury foods, I produce communicators, jewelry, fucking everything was produced here. Everything. I even do uranium fuel rods just for the sole purpose of selling them to Trenchcorp for a boatload of money. You can see the observation station. It's not doing much, but it's a great place to get some more eco out of your not used mines. Better than the better than the Tycoon one where it's fucking ugh. It doesn't help at all. It really brings it to 0. Another logistics masterpiece. They buff the what's it called? The amino acids place. It now only takes 6 mines from the previous 8 to build factories, which is fucking great, because look at how easy it is to build a farm now. Just plop a factory, plop 6 oil factories, maximum production. Anywhere you want. There's my fuel rods, 162 for the tagging. What else do we got? Oh yeah. Immunity drugs were a pain to begin with, but once I put 4 of those factories down in a 125 production, it worked well. What else is there? Ah yes, my this is I believe this was purely eco food, but man, this is where I got into my stride. Everything looks amazing. Everything is just a masterpiece of logistics here. I'm pretty sure I could do the wheat fields better with time, but the vegetable fields, man. The vegetable fields, I think this was also the time I realized that boulevards were pretty good if you double them up. But wow. Oh, there's more of my famous oil fields. And a blimp. Yeah, I really like the CO2 emitters from the Tycoons. Or not the Tycoons, the Ecos. Because they're really effective compared to the weather dominators, which just suck. But yeah, this place is surprisingly easy to get food for the Ecos. I know I like the Tycoons a lot, but the Ecos were... Oh, here's me just showing off the, what's it called? The warehouse upgrade. You need to max out the level in order to do some of these tricks. Otherwise, you need a road connecting your resources. That's why I always upgrade my shit. I think the worst part is I probably could not have done this all if I didn't have the stock market shares from the Deep Ocean expansion pack. Those help a lot with funding. Like, the only reason I have a positive balance is because of those, which is depressing. I am not a good manager. Yeah, let's check out my Deep Ocean stuff. I mean, not Deep Ocean, just island logistics. This was my first island and probably my worst mistake. aside from the uranium converter, which is a godsend in its own, because fuck, that makes a lot of money. This place was tiny. It had terrible, terrible fertilities. It was small. I couldn't do anything, and it was impossible to get energy here. It was just pain. Even now, it's just ugh. While I do get lab equipment and neural implants out of this is just I could have done better. I mean, I could have settled better. This place was not worth the investment. I think all I was getting out of dividends here was 400. Oh yeah, the deep ocean gives you a new submarine, by the way. It's a underwater transport, so you could use that to transport in between underwater stations, but I didn't. And here's the actual island I'm proud of. Oh, alright, I did a quest here. I don't see why I did the quest. Maybe because I was bored and just kind of wanted to do something to pass the time with this video. But yeah, it gives a good chance to show off my my favorite island. This island was the best. It was so huge. It didn't have algae, which kind of fucking sucks because I was hoping for algae. But man, it had so much room to do everything I wanted. Mainly diamonds, because diamonds are forever. I don't know why. I think there's a graphics anomaly in this game where oftentimes a factory will be what's it called? Will be working, but it won't light up. So if it looks like my factories aren't working, they are. They're just glitched. Now this, the geothermal power plant. Amazing, but this motherfucker exploded on me 4 times across the game. And I have the buff where it's 50% less disaster rate. That is bullshit. And those manganese those mango noodles. I'll never pronounce that right. I think this lab was used to produce the lithium-ion batteries for the power armor. Yeah, it was. Zoom out. This island, no, we're not going here. It's this island. This island was made because I needed algae, and I didn't realize how much, so I fucking panicked and made so much functional food and algae. So much functional food and algae. Like, look at all this shit. That's the only reason why this place exists. Oh, what's this? Hey, look! More algae! God damn it, that was awful. I pretty much panicked. Because my taxes were tanking. And I believe I also used this as a backup laboratory... Yeah, I did. This was also used for backup laboratory equipment and neural implants, but really, I just did it for the algae. And this is much better than my other island, because it just gives me so much room to stretch my legs. And it really helped in the end. It just looks neat too. It's like BioShock, except not terrible looking when it comes to graphics. I could see a BioShock level happening here. Not really, but you know. Not too bad. Not too bad. And now I think the last island was just a another backup island. This one was built because I was lacking manganese nodules and microchips, so I just put 2 recycling facilities and 4 manganese nodule recyclers or farmers, and that was it. Which is really disappointing too, because if I didn't sell on the other island, this would have been also a good place to farm diamonds and manganese nodules. It's also a very large place. It was a squandered opportunity. Especially considering how I didn't need oil for much of anything. And that place had like 4 farms. And a thermal vent. Back to my good old Tycoon city. Which is pretty sloppily handled, but I like it. I love the Tycoons. They're just my favorites. Ah, here are my stats. I spent 12, 24, roughly 36 hours on this map. Got, if I think I had a disaster before this, so my population would have been 13,000. And as you can see, I'm not making all that much money through trade. In fact, if I didn't have dividends, I'd be losing money. Because my dividends are saving my ass, barely. All my money is made through trade. Because neural implants and lab equipment, fucking expensive. Holy shit. As you can see here, I'm making all the products. Some products are zero productivity because, well, I'm just producing so much I don't give a fuck. Every populace. Nobody's happy because I put them all in the yellow. Aw. Buildings. I guess I don't care about buildings. My entire armada of ships to do all this shit. How much I got? I got what looks like 20 ships out there. And I had to have 2 submarines to do stuff I wanted to, each outfitted with 40% speed stuff. And here's population growth. Yeah, I think I hit a 1,400 or 14,000 before I had a disaster. Eco balance. My eco balance was terrible before I started working on ecology, guys. As you can see, I peaked out at about 6,000 taxes, but the moment I started doing the tech monument, everything went wrong. Fucking everything went wrong. That shit's steep. Goods produced, naturally it's a bell curve. Well, can you call it a bell curve? Not really. What's this? Army value? Why did I look at this? I don't have an army. This was just a trade project. Yeah. My good old 3 monument city. Oh yeah, fuck that guy. He can walk to the fucking hospital. Screw him. Take a last look at my oh yeah, take a last look at my tech city at night. Cause Shinra Incorporated is funded here, bitch. Oh, God, that shit was impossible to fund. I was making 6,000 a second, and then I built this monstrosity. But man, it looks great. And of course, thank you for watching. This was a labor of love, etc.